Okay, kia ora and good morning everyone. Welcome to this extraordinary meeting here in the Council Chambers this morning in Central Business District of Taupō. Welcome to Councillors, Deputy Mayor, staff, executive, members of the public, members of the press. Good to see you all here. If we could just stand for our opening karakia, please. Tua ki te Māori o te whenua, tua ki te mana o te tangata, tua ki te pono te aroha, ki piki, ki eki, ki te mata, tai ki e. Thank you very much. Item number 2 on the agenda is apologies.
Councillor Fletcher.
Apologies from Councillor Fletcher. Councillor Rankin.
And one from Councillor Leonard, who will join us online.
Councillor Leonard for lateness, perhaps?
Yeah.
Anyone else? Everyone else is online. Thank you. Welcome to online councillors, wherever you are today. Thank you for joining the meeting. Truly appreciate it. Could I have a mover that those apologies? Thank you, Councillor Lachlan. And seconded by Councillor Shepherd. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
It's against. Carried. Okay. Item number 3. Any conflicts of interest pertaining to the items today?
None.
Kapai, no problems. We will move on. Number 4. Local Government Funding Agency annual meeting matters. Jeanette, Finance Manager, nice to see you, Jeanette. Finance Manager? Yes, cool. Welcome, kia ora and good morning.
Morning, good morning, Your Worship and Councillors. Firstly, I'd just like to thank you for taking time out of your day to attend this extraordinary meeting, and I apologise that we had to call it. It's mea culpa. So I'd just like to thank you for being here. I would take the item as read, but I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. I will just briefly explain the purpose of the LGFA. It's a council-controlled organisation. It's basically got shareholders of nearly every council in New Zealand and some council-controlled organisations, and it's a vehicle that we use to borrow from, as they have access to funding that we can't access due to the Local Government Act. We can't borrow from overseas. However, the local funding agency can raise funds from overseas and pass those on to us. We also get probably a better rate with the LGFA than we would with a bank, which saves our ratepayers in interest costs.
Okay, thank you. Quite a detailed report. Yeah, there might be some questions, if that's okay. Cool. Any questions of Jeanette?
I was happy, Your Worship.
Right. Deputy Mayor?
It's more of a comment. We've been asked to vote against the LGFA shareholder council recommendations. Having read the item, the concerns I've got around the impact of what they are recommending is likely to have on both our individual credit rating as a council and the direct impact that will have on our interest rates we pay for loans. I just wonder if you're able to comment on that, Tim.
My understanding is that in our current rating of A++, if we drop one, we're still pretty much getting the same rates that we would normally. You'd have to drop probably down to an A- to actually have an effect on the rates, as I understand it.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Any other questions? Councillor Shepherd.
Again, it's more of a comment. I'm actually really frustrated by all of this. Here we are managing our infrastructure well within budget, and along comes local water's done well, and now it feels like we're being backed into a corner by central government again, encouraging people to borrow more money, encouraging councils to borrow more money to meet their deadlines. I'm really quite frustrated with. So It's no disrespect to you. You've done your job, and I just feel like we've been backed into a corner here, and I don't like it.
Thank you. Councillor Campbell, can you hear me?
Yes. You can hear me all okay?
Yep.
Okay, all good. Yeah, I was going to ask the same question as Councillor Taylor as well about the interest rates, but I've got another question too. Is yeah, I mean, the last time we had some discussion about this, we increased the maximum lending rate from 225 to 250%, and I suppose I had some trepidations about that, but so the idea is that we're going to, and well, just please confirm to me, Jeanette. So the idea of this whole thing is that we're going to bump that up. This whole arrangement is going to bump that up a lot higher, isn't it? Is that right?
No, it's not.
Oh.
That's a self-imposed limit, I think, that we've put on ourselves. Also, we're not. There's two. They've said that this increased limit will be available to Tier 1 and 2 councils. We're not on the list of either of those tiers of councils. They're basing the growth councils on the statistics department's ideas of growth, and they don't see us as a high growth council, so we're not included on those lists of Tier 1 and 2 councils. So we're not actually eligible for the increased funding, as I understand it.
Okay. And so I mean, so I suppose I'll just ask a dumb question, if you like, because I don't claim to be extraordinarily financially literate, but this what we're supporting here, what the staff paper is recommending, we oppose this specific part of the policy. If this goes through as they are proposing, what's the most direct effect on us, on the ratepayer?
Probably we're due to have our credit rating reviewed again at the end of the year, beginning of next year, and so if our credit rating agency deems that the local government sector is in a more precarious position, it may affect our credit rating with that they give us.
But from what you said before, it's only really if we get to A minus that it starts affecting things.
Yes,
much.
Yes, possibly, but I can't predict. Yeah, I can't predict what that would be.
No. Okay.
So it may affect.
Right.
Councillor Lachlan.
This is calling for speculation, but are we expecting it to go through based on what the sector sort of say? There might be one for Julie rather than me, but
Well, I was just going to comment, and Jeanette can add to that. We're one of the latter councils to consider this paper, and I believe a number of councils have considered it in public and support the recommendations.
Thank you. Julie, any other questions of Jeanette? Okay. All right, there's a recommendation there, 1, 2, 3, and so I presume we move it all on block, being E, voting against the recommendation in relation to Resolution 5. Changes the foundation policies. Councillor Lachlan, happy to move. Do I have a second, please? Thank you, Councillor Taylor. No other discussion? Okay, I'll put the recommendation. All those in favour, please say aye. Against? Carried. Thank you very much, Jeanette. Appreciate that. Right. That's it. Is there no confidential? No. Okay, meeting closed. Thank you. We could have the final closing.
Mana ki raro i te tūrui o tō tātou whare nei. Te mini ana ki a koe te rangatira no Waikahanui, ko Adam. Ko te paura kawakawa hau. E pātai tuatahi, my first question to the CEO. I believe it's the government, the funding agency that elect you as the CEO to apply. I read it last night. 57% of the shareholders are council, 45 million shares at $1 a share.
Yeah.
It's on your Wikipedia. It's on your Wikipedia. What is being used as the lend to borrow the money against the, and if the money is coming from the councils and there's only 30, it's not a majority. That's 72, 78 councils. There's only 30. That's not a majority. What is being used and how does it affect the ratepayer? Because I believe I heard a tiptoe around there. You said, oh, bad credit rating. But to borrow money, there needs to be something put up from the people borrowing the money.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, but there is a procedure. This is a formal council meeting.
Yeah, it's what it is, but
you would have been most
sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So with respect, you wish it to
put forward. That was awesome. They have backed you into a corner. They look like they've silenced you, and it is the CEOs that is doing this.
So I'm happy to engage, happy to have a conversation,
yeah,
and happy to sit around with everybody that's here at the end of this meeting. Happy to answer any questions.
I heard no one object to it going through. You've just all said yes. There was no objection.
Okay,
no objection.
So
you had said in this entire meeting, none of the visuals or the audio has been clear enough for us to even listen to any of it.
with respect, there is a process to engage with us, and I'm certainly happy to dialogue as the Deputy Mayor's offered, sir. So we will finish the meeting off now, and then the Deputy Mayor's offered to engage with you. Also Councillor Shepherd.
Stewart said the Māori groups. There are a lot of Māori here from here. Waitahanui, I come from Tokahanu. My marae is Puhorangi. So as part of that, as part of what you're saying, and I know that this is all taken on Public Works Act as well. Okay, so I would like to know also, what do councils of their lands, their waters and that also put forward as shareholders, and how does this affect the ratepayer? Because it is the ratepayer that are paying up to $200 a week, $100 a week, some of them that are in here, to finance into this thing from these. And Mark Butcher, who I've done some research on him as well, is working, who works and is the chair for Stanley Morgan, who also worked for BlackRock. This money is coming from BlackRock. And it is them that takes the rewards, while the ratepayer are the ones that cop it at the end. And I'm pretty sure it's their properties that are put up as a lien.
So happy to answer all your questions, but if you would give the Mayor the courtesy of allowing finish the process, and then we'll come down and sit with you. Yeah.
Well, we're here now.
Okay,
that's fine.
The meeting is closed. So no, hang on. No. Excuse me, order please, order. Yeah, we hear you, we're coming to see you. Okay.
Come down here, when you walk around.
We need security.
Yeah,
got it. Okay. Unia te retu o tēnei hui. Kia wate e ranga. Kia wate e raro. Aru, kia te whai. Hui e taikea.